Story we are receiving in our newsroom at this hour. We understand that at least 5 people have died and 96 others have been hospitalized for fatigue and dehydration after the Indian Air Force's air show at the Marina beach in Chennai city. Over 1.3 million spectators had come for the air show, but poor coordination by traffic authorities left lakhs of people, that is thousands of people, stranded as they crowded the public transport, including metros and city buses. The air show began at 11 a.m. and continued until 1 p.m. But thousands of people had already gathered as early as 8 a.m. to secure a good spot under the blazing sun. Several elderly attendees fainted due to heat exhaustion even before the event started. Adding to the crowd's discomfort, nearby water vendors were removed, leaving attendees without access to drinking water. Wary from the sun and congestion, many people were even forced to sit on the roadside. Let's now talk about this incident. Let's link to our correspondent, Siddharth MP, who's joining us on the phone. Siddharth MP, thank you very much for making time for us at this hour. What turned out to be, or what was expected to be a fun day, turned out to be a day of crying and mourning. Tell us what happened.
Absolutely, Eric. This is a very tragic and unexpected turn of events. In fact, as far as the Indian Air Force goes, they've delivered a flawless show. It's been top-notch professionalism on display from the Indian Air Force. Earlier this week, they rehearsed 3 times at the Marina beach, and they rehearsed once at their Air Force station, which is near the city. So they did 4 rehearsals in all, and what they delivered today, like all other days during the rehearsals as well, was a flawless air show. There was absolutely no problem with the air show. It went absolutely as planned, and end-to-end, a 2-hour event went absolutely in a fantastic manner. But what went wrong really was in the, post-event hours, especially after 1 p.m. as people gradually started moving out of the Marina Beach area. It's, of course, one very long road that adjoins the beach. So lakhs of people went onto that road. There were a lot of government vehicles coming in. So this indicates that the authorities actually were not really concerned about the lakhs of people that are gathered there and would like to exit, because these are people who are under the hot sun for several hours. So these people were desperate to get out of there, but they were blocked because there were several government vehicles. There was a lot of traffic jam because of the VIPs and the special invitees. So that caused the traffic congestion. So thereafter, a lot of people who were already tired because of the air show, they were desperate to leave. They were desperate to go out and get water, probably to get to their nearest transit hub, to catch a metro or to catch a train. But what happened was most of these people were caught in a stampede-like situation. In fact, even as we were exiting the air show venue, it took at least a few hours for us to go from one place to another, and the distance we covered was barely 2 kilometers, but we took at least 2 to 3 hours to get past this, location and to get past this kind of a mess that was caused in the city. So clearly the onus lies on the local authorities, the local police, the traffic police, and of course the top bureaucrats and the police officials who coordinate the day-to-day functioning and such kind of events in the city, because the Indian Air Force's responsibility is primarily what happens in the skies. So that was executed flawlessly, as we had seen throughout the week. But what really went wrong today alone is especially the fact that after the event, there was absolutely no control on the exit of the crowd. There was no place for them to go. And even if there was place, in fact, it was really, really congested and risky. Even we were caught in a stampede-like situation as we were coming out from the venue. So it was only the government officials and their vehicles that were permitted to exit from the venue, because public and even journalists were not allowed in their own vehicles. So obviously we all had to walk out. But then even despite, us having to walk, it was the government officials' vehicles that were being given priority. Ambulances were stuck. We at least saw a handful of ambulances stuck right on that road, and they were unable to move. In several minutes, they were unable to move. So this is the kind of tragedy that unfolded there because of a total lack of coordination. So absolutely, this is a serious lapse, and by all means, there should be responsibility fixed, because this is such a national event, an event of national prestige. And here we are, tragically talking about people have lost lives and more people, battling for their lives in a hospital, Eric.
Siddharth MP, yes, indeed, this is a developing story. Like I told you, at least 5 people have died and 96 others were hospitalized for fatigue and dehydration after the Indian Air Force's air show at the Marina beach in Chennai city. We're talking about over 1.3 million spectators had gone to the show to view this spectacle, but this incident happened. I've been talking to our correspondent, Siddharth MP. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.